life, they find certain things creepy, that sort of freak them out. For some people, it's spiders. They'll get to scare them a bit. For me, you know what I find very creepy? I always find that whenever someone refers to high school as the time of their life, woo, high school, it's not going to get any better than that. Because, for me, high school just seemed like a pathetic race for popularity where, kids would contemplate jumping off a bridge so they could get their own page in the yearbook. Okay, come on. Now, every yearbook had that one page that said, in memory of that loser you shoved into a locker. Remember that guy? Oh. Hey, you know what? High school for me wasn't a nightmare, but I would never do it again. You know what I also find very creepy? I always find it very creepy whenever I see someone that is wearing a Hitler mustache. That really freaks me out. Because, I just can't understand how this guy, wakes up every morning and doesn't look in the mirror and say to himself, I look like Hitler! How does that not go through your head, okay, because I was in a bar, and it wasn't some sort of bar with a sign out that side that said, hey, free chicken wings with every Hitler mustache. It wasn't that sort of place. But, the thing is, this guy is making a conscious effort to look like Hitler. It's not like he wakes up every morning and goes, hey, I look like Hitler, what can I do? I know that, there's only so long that you could sort of say, hey, you know what? It's just it's just a mustache. I could grow a goatee, or I could maybe grow a full beard, or maybe I could shave the whole thing off. It's just a mustache, Yeah, but it's Hitler's mustache, okay? Now, give it back. Because people want to create some sort of character for themselves. If you want to do that, why don't you be the wacky guy that wears Hawaiian shirts all the time, or learn a card trick, or learn to play the guitar. Because that's actually the best thing to do. You know why? Because women love guys that can play the guitar. That is a fact, Jack. And women that love Hitler mustaches, much smaller market. I'm sure there are some out there. I'm sure there is a website just for them. A bunch of naked buff guys with a Hitler mustache. I don't know. Start one up. Make $1 million. I think the only way for the Hitler mustache to come back in style is maybe if Tom Hanks got one, or Martha Stewart, or the Olsen twins. You know what? Okay, this is another thing that creeps me out. Is it was more back in the '80s. Whenever you heard of a heavy metal music fan, heavy metal kids, listening to a heavy metal record and then committing suicide, shooting themselves to that music, because they're fans of that music. But I always asked, how come you never heard of anyone committing suicide to genuinely annoying songs? Like that. Who let the dogs out? Bang, bang, bang. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Bang, bang, bang. Living la vida loca. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, come on, there's one out there for everybody. I said, people say Brandy, she's a fun. Bang, bang. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the bang, bang, bang. That makes sense to me. I hate this song so much. And I'm pretty sure the gun would only go off once, too. If you're putting a gun in your mouth and it's going off more than once, you're not doing something right. Get a friend to help you out, buy a book, rent a video. There are options. The last time I heard of a sort of thing like this happening was there was a kid listening to a Marilyn Manson record, and he decided, hey, this is a great album, man. And the album that the kid was listening to was Antichrist Superstar. And I saw this record in a record store, and it had a warning label on it. Oh, I thank God that it did, huh? Because Antichrist Superstar is just so open-ended. That could just mean anything. You know, to me, this is like someone renting the movie Big Titted Ass Bangers and not knowing it's a porno. Yeah, so I go into the video store and I see the cassettes there. And in big bold letters it says, Big Titted Ass Bangers. And on the cover, now get this, there's a picture of two people having sex. Now, I'm going to a kid's party, so I rent the video. I show up at the party, throw the tape in the machine. It's hardcore porno sex, graphic genital close-ups. How am I supposed to know with a name like Big Titted Ass Bangers, huh? I'm just a consumer, for Christ's sakes. Who's looking out for me, huh? I think to a degree that like every story that you might read in the news has a certain message to it. And I'm going to tell you a story, and I'll tell you what message I got out of it. This happened maybe about a year or so ago. There was a girl down in the United States, and she's going to her high school prom, and she's 9 months pregnant, and she's smoking, and she's drinking up a storm the entire evening, right? So at some point in the evening, she starts feeling, during her high school prom, she starts feeling this kicking sensation in her tummy. Like, what could this be? So what she does, she goes into the washroom, and she sits down on the toilet, and she squeezes out her baby with thunk. Now, okay, she squeezes out the baby. Now, at this point, a little birthing-like incident is not going to hold her back, because what she does next is she gets up, she goes back outside, and she tries to enjoy the rest of her high school prom. Now, you know what I think the message here is? That there's some people out there that just gotta dance. Oh yeah, what's that? Mommy would love to help you out, but they're playing Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. It's retro 80s night, isn't life great? I'm in high school, I'm having the time of my life, I can have lots of babies. Bang, bang, bang! All I'm saying is, what are you going to do when you got the music in you, you know? You know, there's all sorts of different kinds of performance, and well, like, you know, I'm standing up here, and whenever the performer has a stool on stage with them, and they decide to sit down on the stool, then it suddenly goes from a stand-up show to an evening with Dave Martin. And who the hell needs that? Yeah, but you know, sometimes I feel like I'm getting older, like, but I'm always reminded about how young I am whenever I get into a conversation with my grandfather. He's always so quick to tell me how hard it was when he was growing up. You know, and he's always like, hey, you know what, when I was your age, and we had to, he always does the cliche walking to school thing. And he's always saying, yeah, when I was your age and we had to walk to school, we had to walk 4 miles through the snow, uphill, there and back, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I always wanted to say, oh yeah, Granddad, you try walking to school on 2 hits of acid. Yeah, let's see how far you get, okay? Yeah, when you're walking to school and all the buildings around you are melting and your textbooks are talking to you. Yeah, at that point, book learning won't seem all that important. Yeah? You know, your feet are sinking into the ground. School is in the park. I am student and teacher. Dave Martin, party for one. All right, thank you very much, everybody.